Welcome back to another episode of Look What Jess Found. On today's episode, we're doing this penny roll from, I think I have it here, from this penny bag. I got from a different branch of the banks that I go to. I tried to do this video earlier with a longer commentary, but the commentary ended up being 25 minutes. So, I wonder if we have an extra penny in here. You see the line looks like it's a penny more. So I keep this here. This tells me whether or not. Yeah. So there's one extra, and I knew it. No. Hold on a second. Yes. That's the bottom. That's flush. There's at least one extra penny in here. Now, copper pennies do go slightly above. Like if you have all copper versus all, this is a zinc roll. It's slightly larger, but not a penny larger. This one here is one, unless it's all copper, but I believe it's 1 penny more. And I noticed that just by looking here. You can tell it's not at the thing. Anyway, that's not that important. But I noticed stuff like that. Okay, let's open it up to see if we can get it coming out nice and smooth in one shot. Let's see how many coppers we got. Oh yeah. Now there's a good so there is copper here. I can tell that already. But there's a good chance that these shiny ones are zinc. I've had some rolls where, yeah, first penny is a copper. That's nice. I've had some rolls where the zincs, where they had, all copper. And the ones that looked like zinc were actually mint state copper pennies. But in this case, you can tell that they are zinc. Here we go. And right from the beginning, no. Maybe this is not a wire. So it's misaligned. I'm not sure if this is a wire rim or not. I know it's pushing up the copper on the edge. But this looks like it could just be the movement, the change of the misalignment of the die that made the shape and not be a wire rim. It's hard. It could be a little hard for me to tell the difference between the misalignment and the one that's a wire rim. Now I know it's, you're supposed to see it come up and you can't see it right there. But again, that could just be the rim from the misalignment. Anyway, we got a copper. We're on the board. Let me put up my penny mat image. 84, we're looking for the double ear. No double ear. We have our first zinc and our first copper. That is interesting. It's very rare. I mean, outside of a really super duper crazy era, it's pretty rare when I see something that I've never seen before. And I'm going to have to say, today's that day. And it's only around the letters, the face, the lip, the elements. The field looks, wow. If you know what that is, let me know. The reverse doesn't show that sameness as the obverse. I don't know what that is. Huh. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I don't know what that is, but I put it to the side. It might be something worth seeing if I could find the error of it. And a lot of people try to be helpful with, hey, that's this error, that's error. But I have to say, the majority of errors that I find, oh, whoa. Hold on a second. Are there more than one? No. Is it? No. Is it? Let me look at the camera real quick. The obverses look similar. No, it's the reverse. No. So the obverses do look kind of similar, even though I think this one might be, man, like some different finish. I don't think it's necessarily, it could be a proof. No, I don't know if it's necessarily a proof. I do have proof examples. Let me get it. I should keep them on the desk. It's very rare that I find something that makes me question. And are these all copper? If they're all copper, then it doesn't make any sense. It's very, if I remember correctly, coppers and zinc proofs look. Oh no, here goes a proof. Here goes a 2010. Okay, so I bought this. Trying not to get into a tangent here. But I bought this. I don't know if it's considered a set, but I bought it. It had different. They gave me, you know, you're able to get different proofs in one purchase. And again, I don't know if it's a set or not. That's a 79S. Are they all S's? Are they all S's? So again, here's an 83. Oh, that's good. So we got the 83. So that's zinc, and these are copper. Oh, and they gave 274s. How cool is that? So these are proofs, right? Just to show the difference between, and these are zinc proofs. Okay, so this is the shield, and this is the memorial. All right, gotcha. And do they look different? A little bit. It looks a little bit lighter here off camera than the memorial. Okay, so that's a proof. And which is the one that I thought the reverse was like super ultra? It's one of these. Let me see. Let me put them side by side. I think it was this one. And I looked at it and I said, whoa. Now, you can tell not a proof, right? That's what a proof looks like. But, so sometimes I look at something, I'm like, wow, is that a proof? And I have to, and that's the reason I bought these, was to give myself a reality check. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, Before, don't call something like this a proof. You want to see what a proof looks like. That's what a proof looks like. Okay, so that's part of the reason I bought it. But with that said, maybe it was this one. Just a shiny penny. And I could have, could have a special treatment or something like that and got mixed in with the other ones. It's possible, but probably not. A 2000D. I don't see that too often. But I have to say, it is easy to see a shiny penny and think it is a proof. I remember I used to think a lot of the pennies, the coins I used to find before, were proofs. And this one has a few Denvers in it. I go through a lot of rolls that have no Denvers or, no proofs. Here goes another, no mint marks. All Philadelphia's. All right, we got another copper. All right, that's good. But that's how you learn with your penny roll hunting, right? If first of all, I mean, you really don't need to, like what I did right there. You don't need it. If you watch my videos, you learned, right? Oh yeah, wow, those shiny pennies I find, they could never be proofs, because now if a proof is circulated, like let's say I take that coin and I put it into circulation, right? Will it start to look like a circulated coin? That's a good one. Now we're looking for the Flare G. It's 1988. Let me look at it under the loop. Does not have a Flare G. And they all have the white AM, I believe. So if you watch my videos, you'll learn stuff like that, right? Another good example of the learning curve, like I'll never forget. Oh wow, that's a beautiful 63. Let me tell you something. What a little hidden surprise. And it even has some nice toning. I'll probably use a little cleaning off. Maybe not even. That's nice. All right, so I'll put that below. I'll never forget. One of our members, his name is Eric. He has a oh, look at this, different sides. He does penny roll hunting a lot. If you go to the description, you'll see. I could feel this one here has a weird rim. I felt it. I could feel the rim is so high on this. I wonder if it's, and I can see it has a collar error. Is it a wire rim? Maybe. But you can see how flat. See how flat the rim is? It's because the rim is deteriorated at this point. So when the hammer hits the planchet, it goes too low and it makes the rim flat. See, it's not flat all over. It's not flat at the top. It's not flat up there. It's flat over here on the side, the right side, or the east. And it's not flat on the southwest. So it could be a wire rim. It could be that the rim is deformed the collar is deformed and is pushing some of the copper up. Hard to tell, but this is a really nice example, and I felt it as soon as I picked it up. So I never forget when I first started the channel, and I got my first member, and he's still with us. I'm glad he's still with us. He's very supportive of the channel, and he has his own channel. Again, you check it out. He does these great microscope penny hunts, and he's taught me a lot. Let me tell you, Eric from Keene, all my members have taught me something. But you know, Eric is he's very knowledgeable about penny errors, and you can learn a lot from him if you're interested. And he knows a lot about quarters too, U.S. quarters. So, and here goes another one of these pennies. Again, probably not but wow, man. Bam, bam. But it definitely looks, even this one looks different than the other one. Look at, so this is the 2020. Oh, here goes another 2021. I had two of them. Can you see the difference? Yeah. Can I? Let me see. Definitely. I must be just, some of these pennies just blow me away, man. That's the one we found is on the left. The one we just found. And that's the one we found before, the one on the right. I just felt like this one was, yeah, like a little bit more shiny. And there is something called a special mint strike, and there's a whole process to understanding how all these special coins are made. Now, is this one of them? Probably not. But I can still admire it. And he said, "Oh yeah," because it was just the beginning of 2024. So I guess he was still going through looking for the wide AM, no wide AM. He was still going through 2023 bank rolls or Loomis rolls, which I never even heard of a Loomis roll until Eric told me about it. And he's like, "Hey," because I guess maybe in one of my videos I found a 2023, which you know, I wasn't finding many of them in my penny rolls when I first started doing my penny roll hunting. And he said, "Hey, don't forget to look for the extra V." Well, me not knowing really what he was talking about, I mean, I understood the extra V by the VDB on the bottom of the Lincoln. That I understood, but I didn't know it was only in the 2023. So I must have made 2 or 3 videos going bananas looking for the extra V in every single penny that I had. Oh, is there an extra V? Extra V, is there an extra V? And I would go nuts on each penny. And then I think he might have emailed me. I have to go looking through my emails, or he left a comment. I can't remember. And he's like, "No, man, the extra V is only in the 2023. That's a nice 69 floating roof. No floating roof. And I remember I was like, "No, man, look. I see an extra V, like, you know, the little scratch marks. There's like a little scratch mark on Lincoln and it looked like a V. And I was like, "No, look, there's an extra V there. Look." Not even realizing that what he was, still not realize, even a couple days later, still not understanding what he was talking about, that the extra V it's a die error, right? It's a specific die that has an extra V. And I even remember him now saying to me at some other point that most of those pennies were found, I believe, in the Northeast. Like, you know, whatever, Maine, New Hampshire, upstate New York, places like that. Probably because that the dye was probably in Philadelphia, I'm assuming. And that's an assumption. That part's an assumption. I didn't do the research on that. 84. Got to check the 4s on the 84s, the crosslets. And then I understood. It took me even for something so simple that now if someone told me about an error, I would have a better understanding of what they were talking about regarding that. I would know that it was probably related to a specific dye. And I'm not talking about color errors. I mean like the extra V. It's just the best example I could think of right now. And that dye. Oh, okay, we got a Canadian, nice old Canadian. Made. Oh, that's nice. I wonder about the last year they made. I guess I could look it up. I don't want to do everything for you. So this is a nice regular. That's has maybe some acid or something, huh? Interesting. So this was a nice regular penny roll. This is what you're hoping to find, misaligned dye. You know, if you get 20% copper, that would be 10 copper. So we have these so far 5, and we have 2 there, and we have the Canadian, which I believe is copper also. I believe this is copper. Looks like copper. So that would be 8. And we got, so if we find 2 more coppers in here, we did 20% copper, which is tremendous. That's great. Like I was talking in the previous video, so his copper number 9, that's a beauty. In the previous video is that one day there's not going to be any more. US pennies made, and that'll be it, man. That's it. As far as finding coppers goes, it'll be over and out, man. It'll be a done deal. So there'll be no more finding. I mean, I guess you could buy the rolls. What would you call that? On the market, eBay, Amazon, wherever, online. But they're going to be a premium. Here's copper number 10. Boom, we hit 20%. We hit 20%. I'll put that as a fine. We got a fine and we got an AU. $95D. Man, why is it? All right. I'm not going nuts. I could tell there's a copper or 2 in there. 87. Look at all these Denvers we found today. What's that? Just some damage, right? Oh, look at that. Man. Yeah, if that was a Shadow D, forget about it. Nah. Now, the Shadow D, first of all, the Shadow D is, which one is the Shadow D? What year? The 56 has the Shadow D. Yeah, so it's a whole different, and again, so the Shadow D would be another one, I believe, that has to do with the dye, the specific dye that made that specific era, that variety, whatever you want to call it. 98, we're looking for the white AM. No white AM. And now we are over. Oh, what an interesting 67. We are over. There's no way that's the rubber wheel, right? Otis knows about the rubber wheels. No way, right? I mean, it almost looks like a burn mark or something. But maybe they would do something like that. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I know you said you would need to see some of them you would have to have in your hand. But this one almost looks like a burn mark. Still a nice looking copper. So we're over 20% now with this. So that's awesome. $83. And just like that, this is by penny 51. What is, no way. What is that? Can you see the date on this? I'm not even going to turn it around yet. Tell me that doesn't look like 1940 something. There's no way. I'm not even going to turn around. I just want to see if I can read it. Oh, man. No, it's 1980. I was like, there's no way this is a a wheat cent. But boy, I don't know why it looked like 40 something there. Okay, now you can see the 80. But this way it looked like a 4. Now you can see the real. It's 80. So this is the extra penny. So I think we got 13 coppers. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll put that with the fines too. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And if you want to count the Canadian is 14. All right, that's the AU. I don't know. Let me see. I don't know. I don't like. It has too many dark spots on it. Probably could be AU, but I'll put that with the fines. This is really what a fine penny looks like. So, but you can have a brighter penny that's still fine condition, and that could just be a browner penny. I mean, it might be low fine, and this might be very fine. But I don't think I want to put even a very fine. I don't think I want to put it with the AUs. I could put this with the AUs. The back is really nice too. I don't know. I'll think about it. So 14 coppers out of 50. I don't know what that means. It's probably like 30% or something. And then we found the one weird error. And I'll do a special short video on these two also. Just how confusing it can be with unless you have a proof right next to it. It could be hard to tell. But okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Just like that, we're at a half hour, and that's about the normal time that I find it takes to do a good penny roll hunt video. Maybe I'll use that as the thumbnail. It's pretty cool. Yes. So it takes about a half hour to do a good penny roll hunt for one penny roll. But when I get the if I get a roll that has all copper, it's the copper really that takes longer. If there was no copper, if there was no copper, it would have been a little shorter. If I would have talked a little less, I could probably get it to 20 minutes. But I don't know. I get people asking more for longer videos than shorter videos, but my retention is not doesn't show that the majority of people stay over 10 minutes. So even on a half-hour video, this is really for the diehard fans and subscribers and viewers, and of course our members, which I'd like to give a shout out to all of our members, starting with the ladies, Sandra and Shelia. Thank you for being longtime members here. And of course, our two Erapedias, Eric from keeneEyeCollectables and Otis. And then, of course, our two newest members, Tara and Tina. So shout out to you guys and girls. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one, episode 200. And this is 254. So I guess I'll see you in episode 255. God bless.